Hi there, how's it going? Okay, today I have Jimmy Pops Morris. He is 4 weeks to the day he'd been gelded. That means he was a herd sire before or an intact jack, and we had him gelded, and so he's an altered donkey, and now his life is going to be different. He was a herd sire here at the ranch for about 4 years, and we've decided to go ahead and gild him and just keep him around here as a pet. And my goal now is to train him to pull a cart and work around the ranch doing things like backpacking and some other things. So we're going to get started with just some simple training of walking around on a lead. He walks on a lead very well, but we're just going to kind of get him used to walking out in with all the females and the other geldings that we have, because he's always lived as a jack in his own pen, and then he would have some females when we wanted to breed them would be put in with him. And so his life is going to change a lot now. It's going to be a lot easier and simpler for him, and he gets to live the rest of his life without any worries, and he can just live as a gelding. And geldings actually probably make the best pets for anybody that doesn't want to breed. Get yourself 2 gelding donkeys, and they will be wonderful pets. They're like dogs. They love to please you and be around you all the time. And so I would recommend to anybody that's interested in getting a miniature donkey as a pet to start with 2 gelding boys, and you will be so happy. They will definitely change your life forever. So we're going to go ahead and take Jimmy out of his pen, and we're going to walk around and then kind of walk out into the orchard and get him used to going a lot of places that he's never gone before. Okay, Jimmy. Ho. And the big thing is we always had to train him when we take him out to trim his hooves or do anything. He would have to know to stop and let me open the gate and walk out so we can close the gate. Yeah, you got a lot of people out here wondering what you're doing outside of your pen now, huh? And that other guy over there is actually his dad, and he was gelded probably about 8 or 9 years ago, and he's just a pet here now. So, Jimmy, let's go ahead and walk. A good boy. I can definitely tell there's a big difference in him being an intact male. He would have a lot more pull and power and want to go somewhere. Now he's a lot more relaxed as a gelding. So we're going to walk out here where he's not distracted by any females. And so we're going to start starting some simple commands that we're going to use on him when we're training him to pull a cart. And that's like right and left, or some of the old timers like to use the word G and haw. G is to the right, haw is to the left, and we'll get him used to those commands. And so when we start ground driving him to train him to pull a cart, he'll know exactly which way I want him to go. So we'll just do simple walking. We're getting ready to irrigate, so I've got the sprinkler lines are out here. Normally these aren't out in this area. And like I train all the little ones with him, I just make the simple sound of a clicking noise and a kissing noise to trot. But as they get older and they know what you want, you got to tell all your friends that you're out, huh? And he should be able to read my body language when I want to trot He'll trot with me and walk. Now I'll start with the G and ha. G, G, ha, ho, either clicking noise or even the command of walk on, walk on. G, 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 ho, walk on. Okay, I think it's going to be very easy to go ahead and train him to pull a cart. He pretty much will walk and trot very well on his own. Ho. Just one other simple thing about training your donkeys. You don't ever want to drag them. They have the ability to reason, and so if you're dragging them, they're trying to actually think about the situation they're in and deciding if it's safe to walk on. And so they've stopped for just a moment so they can take in the whole situation. And donkeys have a very unique ability to reason, and so I would not discourage them from stopping for a second and reasoning out a situation and deciding if it's safe. Most of the time they rely on you and they will walk with you through most everything, but when they do stop, they're just going ahead and analyzing the situation, and you never want to discourage that because they are very smart animals and they remember everything. And so it's just a good idea to stop, let them reason out the situation, and then when they think it's safe enough to proceed, they will start walking on their own. I'm going to try to discourage him from eating all that grass. What a good boy, Jimmy. You ready to walk some more? Let's go over the sprinkler pipe. So anyway, we'll go ahead and get ready to end our video about here. But if you really would be interested in seeing the whole process of training Jimmy to pull a cart, go ahead in the comment sections, just add a Y for yes or an N for no, and we'll go ahead and if enough people are interested, I'll go ahead and video this whole thing at least once a week so we can go ahead and see the transformation from a basically a herd sire to a gelding and then to a carting donkey. I think Jimmy is a really great candidate to be a great carting donkey. He's about 9 years old, and he's got great muscle tone, and he'll do a really great job when he's trained. So thanks for watching, and remember to, if you felt this video gave you any value, go ahead and give us a like or a thumbs up, and even think about subscribing to our channel. Anyway, thanks for watching. Bye now.